Hello everyone! Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we got a long list of stuff to do. We're gonna work on another one of the Pelupelu quests, another one of the Nitowikwe custom deliveries, the final Wachumeqimeqi quest, and the quest that they added at the end of 7.1 for the Pandæm epilogue. Let me go ahead and just double check my audio real quick. Yep, that sounds good. Let's stop dilly-dally any longer. Head on inside and see what we're gonna do to help the Trolley Travel Agency. What do you got for me, Pelupelu? Earthenshire awaits. Pelupelu looks positively delighted. Well, yeah, that's because I'm here. Did you hear? Business is booming at the Trolley Travel Agency. Thanks to you and the Hanu, we've been seeing stellar sales. Just a second, let me change one thing. Okay. Thanks to you and the Hanu, we've been seeing stellar sales. And our new policies and training are all paying off. Right, last time we took our first customer around, but then they kind of noticed that there were some monsters that tried to attack them, but we of course took care of them because we're, you know, the main character and we're all strong and everything. And then they ended up deciding to actually have like 2 guides and actually train the guides in combat just to protect the people when they're going around. And so that's what they're referring to here. Not a single one of our customers has been accosted by fiends. Needless to say, they find the presence of their guards turned protectors thoroughly reassuring. Still, a few issues have come to light. First and foremost, our reach. So far, our tours have been limited to downstream Kazumaoka. Right, Earthenshire is up on top. I don't know how they're gonna get there since they have to like leave the zone and come back in order to actually get up there. Oh wait, no. The whole reason we, I can't open the map here, but the whole reason that we actually had to go and take the river instead of like, they actually have some infrastructure for this, except because of the storm, it was either blocked or destroyed. So maybe we're gonna actually like try and use that now that they've maybe repaired it. Let's see, so far our tours have been limited to downstream Kazumaoka, but many guests have expressed their desire to see the region's upper reaches. With that in mind, I contacted Moblu and asked her to gauge how receptive the Moblins might be to the whole tourism concept. We're about to hold a meeting to discuss the matter, and I'd love to have you join us. When you're ready, head to Elder Zanuhali's residence in Okanu. Okay. Sounds good to me. Let's teleport on over there. Is his residence just that, like, open area? I guess there's more than one open area. Alright, I moved this over here. I think I moved some other stuff around too, but I don't remember what it was. Because I think I did, like, this here. And, right, I got Astro Flame out. Or Flame Star, whatever the heck is... Whatever it is. And then I put... I think I moved Scathe over here because you basically don't use it. Because like these two turn into transpose. Or not transpose. I forget. Anyway, let's continue with the quest. Worry about the skills later. I am kind of coming around to Black Mage, but like looking at the rotation, the opening rotation on the balance is just like my brain is like, nah, I'm not gonna learn this. Right, I think I moved this over here because then I have all 3 of the polyglot stuff there. Yeah, anyway, let's talk to Pelupelu. There you are. The meeting will be held on the 2nd floor. Earthenshire's Ready Rock will be joining us. I look forward to hearing about the Potsworn's position on tourists coming to visit. Don't they want to be, like, not interrupted? I don't think they want, like, tourists coming around. Moblu seemed to think the artisans were enthused. Still, I can't help but feel nervous. Well, I mean, that's an understandable reaction. Yep, there's Ready Rock. What an honor this is, Ready Rock. Pelupelu and Brilliant herself. Thank you for coming. Ready Rock didn't know who you were involved in Looky Tour busy deals. How delightful it is to meet again. The peddler mentioned your proposal to bring tourists to Earthenshire, and we should be glad to welcome them with open arms. The Pot Swarm were very supportive too. That's a little surprising considering they don't want to be interrupted. That's fantastic. Thank you. Though I have to ask, what if our customers distract your artisans from their work? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'd hate for this arrangement to negatively impact Earthenshire's trade. No need for worry frowns. Many Potsworn themselves think contact with outsiders will prove fresh inspiration. That's a good point. Even though, like, the whole point is that they are isolated. Anyway. We are happy to guide rock visitors too. Until recently, many help hands were recovering from hurdy fields, but the situation has greatly improved. Besides, it will bring more opportunities to sell crafty goods. That's another good point. Mobbies will make sure the Potsworn can keep working unhindered, even during the Looky Tours. It should indeed. Our wares are proving popular with visitors to Okhanu, and the proceeds have enriched the community. Everyone stands to benefit. It fills me with joy to hear stories of happiness spread through trade. Ready Rock does have one question. The Great Stairs are still impassable as repairs are ongoing. Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier. That's the way you're supposed to get to the upper region. But we got there from the river going from Tuliolol with the first dungeon in Dawntrail. So how will visitors reach Earthenshire? Had they not thought of that? Oh, okay, they had. Lipblue and I have discussed the matter at length. We'll send them over on flying punities. What? You're gonna need to explain this. Wait, punities fly now? I don't know how to respond to that. Sure, why not? Sounds feasible. I mean, we have flying pigs, so... yeah, I don't know how to respond to this. Again, we do literally have flying pigs. A handful of punity barges ply the waters between upstream Wachumeqimeqi and Tuliolol, but there's no direct route to the downstream region. The massive waterfall that lies between complicates matters. Traveling by boat, you have to head downstream, then join Ihugyatuma, and double back. It's quite convoluted. But there is an alternative. Though seldom used since the fight of Wee Wingless was built. Right, I think that's like the big tree that's somewhere in Wachumeqimeqi. I think it was one of the sightseeing points. Wee Hanu once imbued punities with the gift of flight. Alright, they specialize in wind magic, that's right. Enabling them to transport passengers over the falls. The method requires vast quantities of reeds, of course it does. Hence why we were unable to employ it during the Rite of Succession, but this might be perfect occasion to revive the old ways. Quick jumps between Earthenshire and downstream Wachumeqimeqi. Ready Rock likes the sound of that. Of course, we'll need staff well versed in punity care, which is why I've already reached out to some beast keepers. Part of me balks at the idea of spending all that pel. And it's going to play the cha-ching money sound in the background. Yep, there it is. But my inner abacus assures me that this is yet another worthwhile investment. There isn't a moment to lose. It's time to make airborne punity travel a reality once more. Okay. Guys, the stairs are over there. Okay, let's talk to Hanu first and then Lipblue. I couldn't stand the idea of leaving all the work to our special advisor. So I came along to help. The others should be here shortly. I'm glad our plans for expansion look set to succeed. For their cooperation, I'll see to it that our Moblin and Hanu partners get their fair share of the profits. What? That's not how business works. But let's first ensure that there will be additional profits to share in the first place. We'll need a large effigy to channel our wind magics into the Punities, and for that we'll need plenty of reeds, not to mention realms of cloth stitched with ether-enriched flight feathers. But you can leave preparation for the latter to us, Hanu. I have business in the capital, so I'll procure the Punities. Come to think of it, I'll have to commission Wachumeqimeqi to build an enclosure for them too. Which leaves the reeds. I guess this is grunt work. Brilliant. Permit me to entrust the harvest to you. I mean, I was going to be insulted, but I realized that's kind of the usual tasks I get. Speak with Ganu Hanu in the Fields of Gold. He'll point you in the right direction. Aren't there reeds, like, everywhere? Anyhow, I'd best be off. Let's reconvene later. Yes, let's. Now, where is there the Fields of Gold? Apparently over here. Let's head on over and talk to Ganu Hanu. Yeah. Or Gana Hanu. I know, again, last week I said that I was, well, the week before that I said I was going to be doing these on Sundays, but I kind of want to do just a bunch of the shorter stuff together. And I feel like this, by doing all of both the Pelupelu and the Nitowikwe custom deliveries, along with the other two quests that I want to get through, that'll end up being a decent length stream. So hopefully that'll end up working out, and like one of the other ones won't be super long. Anyway, let's go and talk to Ganu Hanu. Well met. Zunu Holly said you require some reeds. Yes, I do. The plants nearby are ready to harvest. Feel free to take as much as you need. After all, we have you and your friends to thank for the bumper crop, right? Because that was part of the rite of succession, was to help with their dying reed fields, and we ended up reviving their harvest festival or whatever, and then of course Koana just kind of like made a special concoction that brought everything back to life. Then, what's his name? I don't remember I think Zeral Judd ended up just getting his simp to do something. And then, Mr. Two-Head just stole some of Koana's stuff. You know, these days, we get plenty of visitors to the fields. Some even ask to help with the harvest rite. So one of the quests that you do, one of the daily quests that you can do actually has somebody, like, literally harvesting some of the reeds. And you have to help with that or something like that. I don't remember, I haven't been reading the dialogue on it at all. It's a joy to see, that's for sure. Anyway, it won't be long until the next Ihihana. I hope you can join us again. Sorry, I should let you get to work instead of talking your ear off. Once you have what you need, deliver the reeds to Lanu Hali and Kozanaki. Will do. I don't know where either of those are, but a good thing I got a convenient quest markers. Okay, first one's over here. Lush green reeds. I guess, yeah, we're harvesting reeds. Of course, that's what we're doing. One down, 4 to go. Most of these quests have been pretty simple. There's a couple that have combat, but it's like they're usually really easy and really quick to do. So, like, even though I don't really know how to do the Black Mage rotation, I've got something, it works, and you do enough damage on it. So, like, it doesn't really matter that much. And one more to go. I said earlier, that I am coming around to Black Mage a little bit more, but again, like, reading the actual, like, optimal rotation, I'm just like, nah, I don't really want to learn this. Oh, right, looks like, oh yeah, this is the place with the statue. Why are we making it here? Well, I guess this is like their religious place. So they're gonna do a bunch of they're gonna do their magic there. Well, I mean, we are building an effigy with the reeds, so I guess that's kind of how that's gonna work. Anyway, we'll probably see what they're gonna do. Oh, they're up top. There was definitely, I think there was a sightseeing point right here, and that is for the, that'll tell it's in here, obviously. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. House of Winds High is what they referred to. And then, now this Cave Hiki Tola, Breath Between. Yeah, so this is the one that's up there. Or right here, not up there. Alright, Lanuhali, honey. Lanuhali, I've got my the reeds we need. Hey, that rhymes. Hello there. I hear you might have some reeds for me. Yes, I do. Here's some reeds. I wasn't expecting such a haul. Thank you. Together with the reeds my fellow Hanu collected, we should have enough to construct the effigy. The first step will be to dry the reeds with a little help from our wind magics. Once the effigy itself is complete, all that will be left to do is swaddle it in special cloth. That's right, they needed to wrap it in some, like, wind enchanted cloth or something. You needn't worry about the details, though. We'll see to the rest. Return to the travel agency in case they have need of you there. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and teleport back there. Probably talk to Pelupelu, yep. And I kind of want to check the audio again, even though I think it's probably fine. Yeah, it's fine, whatever. Alright, Pelupelu, I see you in there. Let's go ahead and talk to her. Wrap this one up. Ah, there you are. I just got back myself. The Beastkeepers are on their way with the Punities as we speak. Once the creatures are capable of flight, it'll be a quick hop to Earthenshire. I'm planning to offer bespoke tours for customers wishing to purchase Potsworn craft straight from the source. Thankfully, Wachumeqimeqi agreed to work on the enclosure. Once the effigy is finished, we'll just need to wait for Zanuhali to arrive. Yep, sounds good. Let's see if we get to see some flying ponities. Well, there's some ponities. They don't look like they're flying though. Oh yeah, I forgot they're right on the river. Oh, that's why it's called Dock Poga. Oh, apparently that's the effigy. Divine wind, lay claim to the effigy. Grant these water-bound beasts the gift of flight. It's got like eyes and stuff. Okay, but they're not really flying. Yeah, and there they go! There they are. I thought they were just jumping really high for a second. Thanks to the efforts of all involved, the Trolley Travel Agency is now replete with its own punity enclosure with wind effigy and wind effigy. With the aid of the flight-imbued aquatic creatures, visitors may now experience the upper reaches of Kazomauka. Yet, as the agency continues to broaden its horizons, it will need you to ensure that business keeps pace. Isn't the whole point of this for them to not have to rely on me? I mean, that's what we established last time. Travel agency, reputation up. Your reputation has increased to respected. You have achieved respected reputation with the Trolley Travel Agency. New Pelupelu Society daily quests are now available from Ubli and Dokboga. Furthermore, you will be able to undertake additional quests from Ubli as a reputation bonus. This bonus is available until the daily reset time for Allied Society quests. Yeah, I'll do those later. These additional quests will become available. Yeah, usual stuff. A wider selection of wares. Yes, let's go ahead and check those out. The shop is right over here. Let's see. Last time I think we got the minion. And obviously, I don't think we're gonna get the mount yet. So what are we gonna get this time? We got that. Oh, okay, we do get the mount. Well, I guess we just get flying punnet. We just got flying punneties, so I guess it's fitting that they're gonna give us the mount. Let's see. There it is. Well, we had flying pigs. I guess it's not that unusual to have a flying punity. Alright, that wraps up what we were gonna do for Pelupelu quests. Let's go ahead and head over to Nitowikwe and work on custom deliveries for her. Now hopefully we get a little bit more on the like story and quest side of things, because last time it was a bit last time it was a little bit underwhelming. We didn't really get that much done. I mean, that's normal for custom deliveries. I just would like it to be just a little bit more. Alright, what do we need to make for her this time? I forget what it was. It was like some sort of supplies so that they can make something else. Yeah, the maps. Let me go ahead and spend a little bit of my scripts real quick. And then I'll go ahead and make 3 more of those things, because that's all we should need. I forget what I was gonna do with. I forget. I don't think I was spending these on anything. Oh yeah, because I haven't been doing crafting stuff. So how many of these do I have? 13, 11, and 2. Let's just go ahead and buy like 10 of these. Okay, let's go ahead and buy 3 of the map materials. Because I think we only need to make 3 for this section. And then that'll unlock the next portion. Yeah, also these are level 91, so I actually have to, like, you know, think a tiny bit. And I mean, like, a tiny bit. I think I do need final appraisal, if I recall correctly. Yes, I do. And I forgot to do waste nod. Whoops. Whatever. Should be able to do 2 of these, no problem. And yeah, I can do this. I don't think this will be enough though. Okay, it's perfect. Yeah, if I just remember to use waste not, then I have no problem. Hey, it's better for me to do veneration first because I only need it for 1 groundwork. And then I can just do delicate synthesis in case. It looks like it's exactly, like, just barely over the line. So I don't actually need to do delicate synthesis, but I'll do it anyway, just to make sure. I'm gonna do 2 of these. And then Great Strides by our God's Blessing. And Delicate Synthesis. There's the 3 we needed. Let's turn those in and unlock the next section. Have you any experience in map making, Brilliant? We'd like to help our riders find their way inside Vanguard. That's right, that was the whole premise for this portion. Because they were, like, very weary about going through Vanguard. Yeah, that's right, because there was somebody who wanted to go and visit their relatives in the dome, but then they were, like, afraid of going through Vanguard and, like, getting lost or something. Obviously, these are the same as we had last week, so I'm not reading them. So this one should be different. With this, we've enough materials to place a free map on each passenger seat. Now we just need to print the damn things. Man, I could have just made the maps. Take a look, Brilliant. I have here our first match of maps. In addition to the ones that will be placed on each carriage seat, I figured we ought to keep a few in the office, too. What do you think? That's a good idea. Ah, hello. I was wondering what's got Nitowikwe in such a chipper mood. Nice to see you, Brilliant. I take it everything's going well. Yes, it is. Lately, I've been planning on how we'll lay tracks through Vanguard to link back with Yasalani Station. But there are a fair few factors to consider. Our budget not least among them. Budget? This is a game. In hindsight, it's more than I could have managed while running operations at the same time. Thank you both for enabling me to focus on this. Compared to the rail expansion project, this is water rolling over our necks back. Oh, Nitowikwe, what would we ever do without you? Well, I mean, you'd get lost in your drink if she was gone. Let's not talk about that. Right then, I should get back to work. Take it easy, ladies, and give me a shout if you need anything. We're not gonna take it easy. We got work to do. Alright, and we got some high quality Wernick steaks, which are actually decent food. For the... I forget what it's called again. The Dawn Trail crafting relic weapons. Tools. I've just been using these for any of the more difficult crafts. Because they give enough CP and control, you don't really need like the high-end crafting gear, and then they give you CP and GP, which is nice. Nitowikwe now considers you an engineering advocate. Nitowikwe is overjoyed with your efforts. She now considers you an engineering advocate. And yet there is still so much work to be done if Zactrol Railing is to continue operating smoothly. To that end, Nitowikwe has a new favor to ask of you. Of course she does. She's still got 2 more to go, right? Actually, shouldn't this one be a blue quest? I think this next one should have a blue quest for us to do. That man. Whenever he hears you're in town, he comes racing out to see you. Of course, most of the time you've already gone by then. Anyway, now that the Wachumeqimeqi business is settled, there was another commission I wanted to ask of you. This one's not for the riders, but for the crew. We're gonna make some lunch pails for them. Or they need like new boots or something. With the many modifications we made to reduce noise and repel the Renique, the train now needs a lot of additional upkeep. Oh, am I gonna be making tools? So I figured I'd do what I can to minimize the hassle by putting in an order for some top-notch maintenance supplies. Okay, I am making tools. Can I count on you, Berillion? Sure. This isn't the first time I've had to make tools. I mean, that's literally like the entirety of like blacksmithing. Customer deliveries now making delivery. Okay, apparently when do you get to do a blue quest? I'm sure that there's a blue quest at some point in here. Hold on just a second. There we go. Custom deliveries need to Nitowikwe. Okay, the weight of a train happens at some point. Yeah, there's another train. There's another one at some point. Yeah, I don't know what level. It says level question mark on the wiki here. So, okay, well then let's just go ahead and make 3. Let's just go ahead and make the stuff we need. Engineering supply kit. Let's go ahead and buy the materials for those and craft them up. So this one should be slightly harder. It's level 90, yeah, 92. So I can use the exact same rotation. I just will actually need to use delicate synthesis this time. Because I'm going to be slightly under on the quality. Yeah, I still need final appraisal. But 2 preparatory touches and Great Strides by Argot Blessing won't be quite enough to reach the max collectability. Yeah, and so then Delicate Synthesis should push me over, right? Yes, it does. Perfect. Let's go ahead and craft up 2 more of them. At this level and this difficulty, I like this little like mini game of trying to figure out an optimal rotation. The problem is that once you get to more difficult crafts and you get to like in-game crafting, it literally just becomes like, okay, just plug it in a simulator. Oh, cool, I got a lucky good proc. And that just kind of like, and then it just becomes like the macro crafting just kind of like kills a good bit of the enjoyment. I still do enjoy it, but it's not quite like it's a bit different than this. Just to give an explanation, I guess. Oops, I forgot to do innovation there. I can do one more preparatory touch. Yeah, so this should be good. Okay, that's more than enough. Alright, we're good. Let's go ahead and turn these in and finish up for this week. The engineers need supplies to complete their tasks. I don't suppose you have any, do you, Berlin? Yes, I do. Here's one. Engineers like Shinza and Zapia are the grease that keeps our wheels turning. We'd be fools not to make sure their toolboxes are well stocked. We'd be fools not to make sure... there's a knot there. We'd be fools not to make sure their toolboxes are well stocked. Really not done yourself? Yeah, that's the same thing as that's the same max collectability one. Yeah, same thing as before. Alright, is this one going to be different? Thanks for another great delivery, Berlin. The boys are so giddy we hear that you're coming, even Walika. The boys are so giddy when we hear that you're coming, even Walika. Then again, I reckon I'm no different. Getting my paws on those much-needed supplies is always the highlight of my day. But I'd be lying if I said your presence was any less heartening. You need to deliver all of them for this week? Yes, that's it. Alright. Let's go ahead and head on over to the next thing, which is... Let's see... Right, I'm gonna do yes, we're doing the last Wachumeqimeqi quest. Which means I need to switch back to my crafter. Okay, let's teleport back to Tuliolol. There it is. Nope, that's solution 9. That's not Tuliolol. Okay, we'll teleport back to Tuliolol. And I assume we're gonna need to head over to Wachumeqimeqi to start this quest. Yeah, it's from Ropely. So let's head on over there. Yeah, this is it. Appreciated value. Yep, that's the quest. Hello, Ropely. Looks like you got another quest for me. Appreciated value. Ropely is gladdened by your presence in Wachumeqimeqi. Well, if it isn't brilliant, come to sample the fruits of your labor. These shops have gone from failing to flourishing. And with business booming, a delightful little idea has been simmering in the back of my mind. A plan I'd always hoped to put into motion, and now I believe I can. Now that I think on it, your help would go a long way to ensuring its success. Might you be willing to hear the particulars? Sure. But the middle of a clamorous market is no place for such conversation. Would you wait for me at Gornitruk Gleamsands? I have no idea where that is, but I'm sure I can just follow the quest marker. Okay, looks like it's on the other side of the city. Okay, let's teleport on over there. I still feel like the placement of the Aetherites in the city is a little annoying. Like, I guess they're in the places that they need to be, but it's just kind of... It just still feels like you still have to walk a fair bit. I guess that's why they ended up adding jog. My apologies for the wait. Time is pell, as they say. Let's not waste a moment more. As you know, our country has endured much in recent times. Well, that's an understatement. The right of succession had scarcely concluded when that dome appeared in Yasselani. Then came the invasion, and the former Dawn servant was slain. Even so, I cannot help but feel this strife has only strengthened the bonds between the peoples of Troll. Why, even the Yokoi have seen fit to come down from the mountain to visit. More heartening still, the Tuliololan citizens, previously thought lost to the dome, have been returning home in greater and greater numbers. I can only assume we owe it to the government's efforts to repair the railroad. Yes, I may have had a hand in that. I'm even wearing the gear I was wearing 5 minutes ago. All of that being said, I think what we need now is a good sale, don't you think? Yes, a sale of prodigious proportions to celebrate our nation's melting pot of myriad cultures. After all, what is Tuliolol if not a house of countless beads itself? Right, I think that was the meaning of Wachumeqimeqi. Or it's something like that. Maybe that's Tuliolol, I don't remember. There's something, one of those words means house of countless beads. Well, we'll call it the Wachumeqimeqi Appreciation Sale, and invite vendors from across the continent to take part. Doesn't that sound splendid? That sounds profitable. As it happens, a merchant by the name of Mablu has been traveling around Tyrol on my behalf, speaking to anyone and everyone who might be interested. Man, Mablu, you're getting around. I mean, her dream was to become a merchant, right? Everyone save those still living in the dome, but I feel it would be remiss of me not to extend them an invitation. Our relationship with them is a complicated one, to be sure, but Tyrol is no less their home than ours. Their home is Alexandria, sir. Their presence here would afford us all the chance to extend a hand in friendship. Yet I'm woefully uneducated about their culture, and truthfully, making arrangements for this event has demanded the sole focus of my attention. Which is why I'd like to enlist the aid of someone intimately familiar with their present circumstances. Someone like you. Provided it's not too much trouble, of course. Well, I literally can't say no, so... Right, of course. None shall go unappreciated on my watch. Thank you, Brillian. You might be the most dependable artisan I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. Again, it's more because I literally can't say no. Ah, yes, and then there they are. All the merchants we helped out. But Wachumeqimeqi has no shortage of candidates vying for that title. In fact, these fine folks have volunteered to assist with all facets of the event preparations. Ropley's enlisted your help as well, has he? Then we've a veritable army's worth of support behind us. Ropley has assigned me to the Yosolani expedition. I'm glad to be traveling with you, friend. Right, so his story was that he literally didn't want to leave Tuliolol because he was afraid, because his family had been killed or whatever, and he couldn't move on. But now he's interested in traveling, definitely not with his boyfriend or anything. And he was a bit of a fishy guy. And me. Got my Zektrol permit, and I'm raring to go. Well, there are some pretty fancy fish there. While you three are off handling that, the rest of us will put together some eye-catching advertisements for the big event, with quality and quantity an equal measure. Of course, her whole thing was about she was good at quantity, but she didn't have the skills for quality. But then her assistant was really good with quality, but couldn't do very much quantity, and they ended up needing to find a balance between them. I'm pleased to say that Zimaweni has also volunteered to assist in the preparations, though I suspect his motivation lie entirely in the prospect of hearing tales from the dome. In any case, I pray for a sizable turnout. Well then, expedition team, your destination is a settlement found on the outskirts within the dome. Brilliant. Can I count on you to lead the way? And by lead the way, I mean, I'm gonna just teleport right there. There we go, I needed to blow my nose. Wonderful. Travel safely and report back once you've settled in. As for the rest of us, let's get to work. Remember, no one is to overexert themselves. For we'll need as many hands as we can we'll need as many hands as we can get to help customers once the sale is underway. Alright, Shuni, Donahanu, let's head on out to the outskirts. Outskirts, here we come. Right. Shuni, are you sure you're gonna be okay without your boyfriend? When I said I might soon embark on a journey, I must confess, this is not what I had in mind. Nevertheless, I'm ready when you are, Brilliant. With the train running again, I doubt our trip will be especially eventful. But Uvlo insisted on tagging along as a bodyguard. See, you gotta bring your boyfriend with you. Our little cadre is quickly becoming a merry band, it seems. Alright, technically I'm not a combat class right now, so I can't just go and kill everything. And the more the merrier. Seeing as Passionin's in town for a visit, I invited him along too. Now, what say we mosey on out? Sounds good. Travel to the outskirts? Yes. Except we literally just established with Nitowikwe, this isn't in the video if you're watching this on YouTube, but we just did Wachumeqimeqi, Nitowikwe custom deliveries, and we just established that they don't actually have a train. They don't actually have the train running to the Yoselani station yet. So I don't know how we're getting a train running all the way up here though. Anyway, let's go and talk to everyone first. I admit, it is nerve-wracking to be so far from home, but Uvlo has proven reliable in combat, as have my magics, of course. Yeah, he's a blue mage, obviously, if you couldn't figure that out. He's a blue mage that we helped out in the Donohanu quest, and his whole specialty is fish magics, which works perfectly with Donohanu here. I am a hunter first and foremost, which isn't to say I don't have experience as a guard. Still, it was a relief to have you with us, except I'm not a combat class right now. I knew Yoselani had changed, but this is... How have the Shitona managed to survive out here all this time? With Electrope, of course. The desert has my feathers fluffing up something fierce. And now this lightning's got my wings all tingly. I was wondering, I was gonna say, like, shouldn't the thunder be doing that? The sooner we finish our work here, the better. Now, how do you reckon we go about asking these folks to join our event? Seeing how different life here must be, I worry we might not see eye to eye. Same as we'd ask any good neighbor. We keep asking until they say get a yes. No, that's not a good idea. Nothing else to it then. Nothing else for it, eh? Let's split up and start inquiring. But just know we'll be counting on you to fish us out of trouble if it comes to it. Fish us out of trouble. Because he's the fish guy. Alright, let's head on over to the quest workers and try and invite some people to our sale. Oh, there's Donohanu. Apparently we need to talk to him first. Oh, brilliant. Thank goodness you're here. Talks aren't going as well as we'd hoped. Oh, is this going to be one of those you gotta pick the right dialogue choices? Do you want me to go where? Perfect timing, Brilliant. I was just asking this fine lad if he'd like to come and see Tululol, but, sorry, but I'm not sure where to travel outside the barrier. I'm not sure I wanted to travel outside the barrier. Granted, I was born and raised in Yoselani, but I was a child then. I scarcely remember it. As far as I'm concerned, this is my home now. You're just visiting, bro. Wait a moment. Aren't you the visitor who was asking about fish native to Heritage Found? Right, we had to... So for some reason, this is the only quest line that had anything inside the dome. all the other, well, I guess all the other quest lines were just crafting stuff. And then they had like one thing where they ventured out into the somewhere else into the Ulol. But for this one, or in the mining and botanist one, we did go to, no, that was for the alchemist. I was thinking of the Nopala tunas. But I believe we did go to Shaloni for one of the steps. But this is the only questline where we actually went into the dome for something. Which was interesting. Let's see, aren't you the visitor who was asking about the fish native to Heritage found? What was that about, if I may? Oh, well, Dawn here can tell you all about it. This formidable fishwoman came here at my request and caught a full musturgeon, that I might master my tribe's magical arts. And she managed to hook one. That's no small feat, except I'm not dressed up as a fisher right now. A aficionado. Dawn, don't make me slap you. Tell you what. Make the trip to Tuliolol, and you're welcome to browse my collection of fresh, fantastic specimens at Fish Fancy's Danuhanu. Didn't occur to me that he was an aficionado. Now that's an offer I would be hard-pressed to refuse. Oh, why not? Perhaps I'll invite my family along, too. Oh no, they can stay. Thank you. But before I let you go, I'd love to hear a bit more about the local swimmers. Well, I'd say we took care of that. They've certainly become fast friends, haven't they? Well, I mean, they're both aficionados, right? I suppose I should have expected to find fish enthusiasts in every far-flung corner of the realm. If nothing else, everything appears to be going quite swimmingly. Leave it to us, and we'll see to it that he and his family make it safely to Tuliolol. Didn't expect us to run into the guy that we talked to during that quest line. Now you've got me curious about what lies beyond the barrier. I want to see with my own two eyes. All of it, fish included, except it's only been like a couple days, so like not much has really changed. This one's got a discerning eye for fancy fish, let me tell you. Forgetting our mission? Who, me? No ma'am. Right, Dawn, sure. I never dared imagine you and that full musturgeon could have led to such riveting conversation. But worry not, Berlian. I do believe we can take it from here. Oh, good. Then I don't have to listen to more fish puns. Alright, next one's gonna be Shuni and his boyfriend. And what are they gonna be talking about? Oh, he said he was wondering about the Shatona. So yeah, we're gonna talk to a Shatona. That makes sense. Wait, didn't we talk to this person in one of the quest lines? At some point? Yeah, I guess we'll see in a second. For a blessing, we managed to find someone willing to hear us out. But it remains uncertain whether Master Shuni's efforts will elicit a favorable response. Alright, you have my attention. Right, this was in one of the quests we did. No, I think it was in one of the Aether Current quest lines. And since it is an appreciation sale for all the peoples of Tyrol, naturally, the citizens of Alexandria would be most welcome to take part. That sounds like a marvelous idea. I'm something of a traveling merchant myself, you know. Okay, this must be someone else. From local farm produce to electrope ore, I aid in the distribution of all manner of supplies. Perhaps someone among my network of contacts could help me put together a storefront for your event. So the Shatona way of life within the dome is no different than without, centered on the blessings of the land. Blessings of the land? You sound like my mother. Perhaps our way of living is the same, or perhaps not. I'd never even seen the old Yasalani, so it's hard to know for sure. Uh-oh. Say, Before we worry ourselves with this appreciation sale, why don't the two of us get properly acquainted? I'm sure there's much you could teach me, oh my. To teach? You misunderstand. I'm no expert on the Chitona. I'm merely visiting Vieira from Othard. What does that have to do with anything? Come on, bro. It's a bun girl. I suppose it doesn't? It's Junie, because he's like 50 years older than him. If I recall, Shuni's like 50, is like 50 or 60 or something like that. Or he's decently old, and then he's actually like pretty young for a bun. Well, Uvlo is undeniably great fun to tease. I must ask you press no further. We need all the able hands we can to we need all the able hands we can get to prepare for the sale. I'm not leaving without him. Besides, he's my boyfriend. Fine, fine. In lieu of an apology, I'll be sure to inquire with all relevant parties. I hope we'll meet again at the sale. Yeah, he is fun to tease. Ma'am, don't worry about it. The expedition team appears to have matters well in hand. Now would be an opportune time to return to Tululol and inform Ropley of their success. Yes, it would. Like to Uvlo and Shuni first? I mustn't assume the Chitona are identical to my own people, and yet I cannot deny there are no few similarities. Am I merely fumbling for excuses? Yes. To be fair, there are much less male a lot fewer male buns than female buns, so I could understand why that interaction would happen if you're like not experienced with the other gender. Plus he's supposed to be young, right? It would appear our negotiations are off to a smooth start. Oh yes, they are. Rest assured, we'll work together to see this through to the end. Yes, I hope you better keep a leash on your boyfriend there. He might get snatched up. Anyway, let's go ahead and teleport back to the Ulol. And I guess go help Ropley and Wachumeqimeqi. Alright, let's teleport over to Wachumeqimeqi. Yep, there it is. Yeah, looks like we are talking to Ropley. Oh yeah, well it says speak to Ropley, so I think we're going to. Oh, okay, they're actually not here. I was wondering if they were going to actually be here or not. Then again, why are they the only ones here? These two. Let's go ahead and talk to them, although I don't think this was here before. Shops are closed while we put together decorations for the big event. If you're looking for Pameka, she's handling the paperwork, and Zerol Jaws off spreading the word. Yeah, I was wondering where everyone else was. Brilliant. Already finished speaking with the denizens of the dome, are you? I should have known it wouldn't take you long. Alright, let's head on back over to Ropley. Hello, Ropley. Everything's going well. I see you've returned from the dome. The expedition team is finding success, I hope. Well, that's why I'm here. Excellent. You have my thanks for overseeing their efforts. While you're at it, would you do me a favor and check on the rest of our dear shopkeepers? I already did. There's only one pair of shopkeepers here. In particular, I'd like to know how Pameka and Zimaweni are faring. And I think they could be heartened to see you. You'll find them processing entrance at the Arch of the Dawn. Oh, okay. Let's head on over there. That's on the other side of the city again. Let's teleport over there. I already voiced my complaints about the aetherite spread throughout the city. I mean, they cover the important parts, like the inn and the market board and like the crafting area. But like it still feels like there's not that much aetheryte coverage in this place. There they are. Looks like they got some Yokoi individual as well. I heard Pemeko would be taking part in the sale, so I've offered to help. Wouldn't want her hand falling off from all that writing now, would we? Fortunately, Brook Evo was quite willing to give me the time off. I mean, he's probably gonna be there. You're Brook Evo. To reserve a stall for the event, you must first submit the proper paperwork, of course. But if you'd like, I can help you fill it out. You need only tell me what to write. By all means, spare me the hassle. But first, are alpacas allowed in the market? Peddlers like myself wouldn't have any business at all, were it not for our fuzzy four-legged friends. I see. Let's write in a request under special accommodations then. So long as you keep the stall clean, I don't foresee any issues. Thank you kindly. She's very well behaved, I assure you. By the way, what's this I hear about an establishment serving as something? We're currently compiling a catalog of all the storefronts that will be open for business during the sale. I'm sure you'll find plenty that suits your fancy. I deal primarily in stone sculptures, as well as the tools traditionally used to carve them. All created in miniature, of course, to fit to the Olan hands. Wonderful. Everything seems to be in order. Allow me to fill out a vendor application on your behalf. If you should have any further need of my pen to prepare signboards or price tags, I would be happy to assist you. Right, in their questline, I think we established that it's not uncommon for people to not actually be able to read or write here, or at least be able to write. So that's why she offers the scribing services, so and that's also why they're offering to fill stuff out for them. That would be most helpful. The script used... Big yawn. The script used here holds no meaning to a Yokoi like myself. This sale is shaping up to be a most wondrous event, would you not agree? A beautiful tapestry of different cultures, threaded together by the spoken word. Which reminds me, I'd love to hear more about your culture. Surely you have a little time between tasks. Zemaweni, you scoundrel! Is this why you volunteered to help? You needn't worry about us, Berlian. We're tasked with welcoming all the visiting merchants. We're tasked with welcoming all the visiting merchants. And it's been a steady stream thus far. Really, if anyone's struggling at the moment, I fear it might be Zerolja. She agreed to handle event promotion so we could focus on assisting visitors. You should be able to find her at Bright Plume Posts. Having worked at Zabali of Tai, I'm confident in my ability to make customers from all quarters of Dural feel at home. The key is to find common understanding, be it through careful explanation or apt comparison. Right. We're working hard to ensure that the merchants who participate have to do as little paperwork as possible. After all, we want them to enjoy the event too. Oh, right, where's the last place? Oh, all the way over there, on the other side of the city. Let's head on over there. Did they just want us to run around the city for this quest? And like that's on, actually no, there is one over by the Landsguard area, so yeah. That's not too bad. There's, again, as much as I complained about the Aetherites not being very well placed, they've had an Aetherite in a decent place most of the time. Oh, right, Hulnaruk and Ziraljaw. Big heart thanks for sweat work of the Landsguard. Well, yeah, they keep you alive. I know how hard you folks work every day to keep Tuliol safe, and I have just the thing to put a spring back in your step. Want to check the audio one more time? That's fine. This event about giving heart thanks for sweat work of the whole community, and that includes Landsguarding. Tell all your fighty friends to come and try a juicy mix at the Wachumeqimeqi appreciation sale. You seem a bit enthusiastic, sir. And he doesn't say anything? Okay. Sorry, Brillian. I didn't mean to ignore you. I just couldn't risk losing my momentum. We're handing out free samples, you see, to help promote the sale. Hulnaruk's been a great help thus far. Also almost no grumbling, if you can believe it. I'm a little nervous for our Alexandrian guests to sample our wares, though. What if they hate all of our drinks? I'll just make a new one. You've spent some time inside the dome, haven't you, Brillian? What can you tell me about the Alexandrian palate? Well, it's very British. Maybe you should get some beans. They have energizing drinks of vibrant colors, that's right. Definitely not a Red Bull commercial. Good juice transcends all borders. Yeah, I mean, they got some weird stuff there. Weirdest Red Bull commercial ever. I think that's what I titled that video. You know, that sounds a lot like Bunewa soda. Maybe they will like my drinks after all. Ziraljaw will never be a master juice keeper while spouting the doubtfeels of an amateur. Man, he just goes straight there. I beg your pardon. I was merely trying to be considerate of our customers' preferences. Is Brilliant ear-catching these adolflaps? If it wasn't for a professional stuff-seeker Hulnaruk, Ziraljaw would give herself belly pains from so much overthink. Ignore our squabbling, Brilliant. You've given me the confidence I need to offer my refreshments to everyone who visits Wachumeqimeqi, no matter where they come from. More importantly, I do believe Ral Saj and her assistant are building us some rather unique promotional decorations at her workshop. Right, we saw that earlier. Kind of wondered if that had always been there. You should go and see her for yourself if you haven't already. I mean, I did, but they didn't. But I'm gonna have to go and do it again. Hulnaruk is eager for Domelanders to try Bunewa soda. The fizzy pops alone are worth a taste sip. Do you think the rest of the expedition team will stay for a meal while they're in the dome? I'd love to get some inspiration for a new juice blend. Yes, you would. Alright, let's head over to Ral Saj and see what they were making there. We saw it earlier, we just weren't able to ask them about it yet. Alright, Ral Saj, what is this thing? Brilliant! Already finished speaking with the denizens of the dome, are you? I should have known. Oh yeah, okay, that's the exact same thing we saw before. Ah, Brilliant! Welcome back. I take it things are going well out in the dome? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. While you've been gone, me and Papwani have been rigging together this big old decoration for the appreciation sale, whatever the heck it is. I designed them to resemble dirigibles. Well, okay, that makes a little more sense. Like those stationed at the landing to the west. To me, they are a symbol of Tuliolol, collecting all our disparate communities in a fashion not unlike the chain of a necklace. Shouldn't you thank Koana for that? Which is kind of ironic, since he's the one who's always like, yo, we need the technology, who cares about their culture? And then they try and like take him bringing the dirigible technology from Eorzea, or well, the airship technology from Eorzea, and building the dirigibles. And then like somehow, then actually they twist that into being like, oh, it's promoting our culture, diversity. Interesting. Progress has been steady too, owing to Emeka's generous provisions of cloth and paper. Now all that's left is to decorate Wachumeqimeqi with our finished pieces. But, well, now that you're here, how about you do it? Might you be willing to place them for us? You know, the grunt work, as they said in a different quest that I forgot. I don't think it was this quest, I think it was one we did earlier. I'd like to use the time we have left to keep building, if that's alright. I think a few more would really set the mood. We really want this sale to be a success, Brilliant. Once you've finished, let Ropley know we're nearly done here, yeah? Sounds good to me. I mean, to be fair, they're actually doing something that they are going to be, that they do on their, only they can do. So like having me do something that I can go and do, and they continue doing the thing only they can do, it just makes sense. We designed these balloons for easy assembly. Just put them wherever you reckon will get the most eyes on them. And tell Ropley once the decorations are in place. Yes, I will. Save for a few simplified areas, and the scale, of course. I've stayed faithful to the design of a real dirigible. Don't they remind you of cute little birds? I mean, it kind of looks like a beak. I guess so. Anyway, let's start with the farthest one down here, and then we'll make our way back and eventually talk to Ropley. There's one. Let's do the other by Dawn's place here. You can see all the fish. Obviously, Dawn's place. And the third one is right next to the other one, okay? Alright, let's talk to Ropley. All done here. I think that's all the preparations we need to do. Tell me, Brilliant, how is everyone doing? It seems they're as passionate about this sale as I am. I appreciate you checking in on them. Likewise, my preparations are proceeding apace. All that remains now is to ensure our visitors are permitted entry into Tuliolol. Speaking of which, I received word from Shuni that he and the others will be here soon, accompanied by all those who wish to peddle their wares at the sale. Why, I can't see the balloons from here. Why, I can see the balloons from here. There's nothing like adding a touch of flair to a busy market, don't you think? If everything keeps to schedule, it won't be long before the Wachumeqimeqi appreciation sale is ready to begin. Stay and watch for a while, won't you? I mean, I literally can't say no. Observe Wachumeqimeqi appreciation sale? Yes. Business is booming, baby. How about Bunewa soda? The herbs and spices will perk you right up. Best of all, first-timers can taste some crisp, cold fizzy pops free of charge. I don't need to go that fast. Nope, there's the guy. That's the fish guy. A letter to a relative here in town? Certainly, and you're in luck. We're offering a special discount today. While we're at it, we should tell them of your new home. Any recent developments that you've heard? How about a sturdy set of metal tools? We'll have them ready in no time, whatever, and we can craft them to fit your hands, of course. Quality guaranteed. Alright, those are the tools that he wanted to set up. Or that Yokoi person. Oh, but there's the alpaca that they requested. Oh, is that Mablu? I mean, there's only been like a couple pink ones. Now tell me, ladies, which of these fancy catches do you fancy the most? Oh, okay, this is they stopped the auto advancing. If you're interested, I can teach you how to cook them. This is pretty neat. And the camera work is pretty cool too. Wait, that it's weaving its way through the market. Rest assured, I have no intention of closing shop either way, especially now that I have a reliable supplier. Did I not hear her invite you to browse her wares? Have you no interest? Of course I do. She said she brought a variety of traditional Alexandrian handicrafts from other national exports, but I'm on duty at the moment. Uvlo. He's so strict. It's so funny. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, those are some of the goods that are sold at the, what are they called? The arcade. I think it was arcade. Oh, brilliant! The Wachumeqimeqi appreciation sale is a tremendous success. It warms my heart to see so many happy faces, and on both sides of the bartering table. Commerce is a delicate balance between supply and demand, between customers who labor for coin to spend, be it Pel or Gil, and merchants who labor to receive it, only to spend it elsewhere in turn. In that way, we are Wachumeqimeqi, all of us beads on the chain of commerce. Now, what are you waiting for? This is a golden sales opportunity. Get out there and browse to your heart's content. I don't think they're gonna have this whole market animated, so we're probably not gonna be able to walk around it. It'll probably cut and then everybody will be gone. Yep, I figure that's how it would be. I mean, that would be a little tricky to do. You'd have to have I'd probably have to be an instance area. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Truly, it's a joy to know that so many have enjoyed the sale. And to think, were it not for the support of a skilled artisan like yourself, our fair shops might still be struggling to this day. Yes, I dare say this event was a gesture of appreciation for you as well, Brilliant. Well, at least finally I'm getting some appreciation around here. You know, the main character. I hope we can always count on your patronage here in Wachumeqimeqi, and then I never show up again. Oh yeah, I never actually looked at what you get from this. Oh, you get the balloon? I think this is a tabletop? I don't want that, I wanted a minion. Anyway. Trade and true. Alright, that wraps up Wachumeqimeqi. I don't think there's anything else after that. I'm pretty sure that's everything for Wachumeqimeqi. Let's see. Yeah, appreciated value, and yes. That's all the Wachumeqimeqi stuff. That means that just leaves us with... Yep, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a real quick break. And then I guess we'll go ahead and do the... No, let me just blow my nose real quick. And then I'll head on over and we can do the Pandemonium epilogue. Let's see, let me pull this up. Did I accidentally get rid of this? Yeah, I think I might have accidentally archived the Pandemonium project, forgetting that I had one more quest on it. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. I accidentally archived it. Okay, let's pull that back up. Yeah, I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. I'll mute the mic for that. Oh yeah, that's better. And of course, I completely forgot to change my time tracking over for when we did the Nitowikwe custom deliveries. So the Wachumeqimeqi one is included in that. I'll need to split that off later. Figure out exactly how long we spent on the Nitowikwe stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the Pandemonium epilogue. Looks like we started off in Old Charlian, it looks like. And actually, we can get there really quickly from the boat. So I'll just go ahead and head in the wrong direction. We can just head on down to the docks and take the boat over there. Let's see. I guess the closest one is technically the Bayside Bevy Marketplace. Yeah, just hop over this fence here. Assuming you can. Because there's a couple of fences here, like... Yeah, I don't think you can jump over this. Oh no, you can't. I swear they used to have an invisible wall there. I remember I tried to do it, and then I saw somebody else try and do it. Yeah, we can just take the, this guy over to Old Charlian. And then we can figure out exactly where the quest start is. The quest is called A Present from the Present? Okay. Where do we start it? It's obviously going to be a regular quest. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Head on over there. And of course, I'm gonna switch back to warrior for my normal outfit. I still really like Old Charlian. Then again, this also kind of has well, I guess there's something over there. Oh right, because there's a new this is when this was recorded, the new Criterion and whatever the other thing is called was released. Yeah, Affable Researcher, that's it. Let's go and talk to him and start up the Pandemonium epilogue quest. A Present from the Present. I really wanted to do this because I wanted the Wind Up Themis minion, and then Where Demons Abide. I don't know what song that is. The Affable Researcher is trying to get your attention. Oh, you must be brilliant. Why, you look exactly as Professor Claudian described. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm the professor's new assistant, you see. His stories of your foray into Pandemonium have been an endless well of knowledge and entertainment. In fact, there is a small matter that has arisen with regard to the facility that he wishes to discuss with you. Thus my seeking you out. He asks that you stop by Aporia at your earliest convenience. Sounds good to me. Let's head on over there. Let's head on out to Labyrinthos first. And then we'll teleport on over to Aporia. Yep, that's Aporia. Apparently he got a new assistant. What happened to the other two? Maybe they'll talk about that. Maybe they just finally got tired of him. Because I remember him being a bit of a character. Also, I don't see them here at all, so... Oh, no, Rested Nod is one of them. And, Hello Alpha. And MGG is the other one. So I guess he just has a new one. Yeah, I should have talked to them first. Oh, well. Brilliant! You are ever a sight for sore eyes. Well, like, that's the normal response people should have. I trust you have been well since last we spoke. Well, I'm not dead, so... Good. Now, as much as I'd like to reminisce, it will serve us both better if I cut to the quick. I asked you here to discuss a matter concerning Eric... Yeah, just Eric. Whom I'm sure you remember... Yeah, what about him? I certainly do, for his memories reside within me as still. Every so often, my mind's eye glimpses the grim spectacle of the final days, though there are also visions of a simpler time. There's a little minion. In one, I saw a warder under siege by colleagues. They demanded to know why a tiny Eric was running amok in the halls of Pandemonium. I think that's what the drop from the P4N. Upon hearing that the mammoth was created out of profound admiration, my past self gave only a rueful smile. Then Themis would have been a far superior choice of a subject. Alas, I suppose you never seen the man. An inadvertently revealing deflection, we believe, as Themis's duties as emissary kept him away from Pandemonium. Eric doubtless grew to miss his dear friend. And we know what Themis looked like, so we thought, why not to make a mammoth here and send it as gift? Okay, that's why we get it. We employed a local artisan to take care of the first step. The resulting work is masterful indeed. And there it is. It's really cute. Since you're the only one among us who can return to Pandemonium, might I ask you to deliver this to Eric? Sure. You can count on it. You don't think it will distract him from his work? You don't think he'd want a doll that looks like me, too? No, he won't. Thank you, Brillian. I suspect he will be overjoyed. As I've recalled more of his memories, I've noticed that Eric seldom expressed his own desires. Perhaps it was an unspoken rule in the Society of the Ancients. Nonetheless, I would very much like you to do something for him. A small kindness is the least we owe him. Well, you're giving him the minion. Is that what you're referring to? I thought that was worded in a way that I thought there was going to be something else. I imagine you can still reach Pandemonium from the Neas in Elpis. Once there, the keywords will surely assist you in tracking him down, assuming they even remember me. I forget exactly what the, how that all went, because there was some, like, time shenanigans where, like, nobody remembered what happened or anything. Given the peaceful state of Pandemonium at present, or past, I see no reason that the keywords wouldn't allow you a moment of Eric's time. What do you know about Athena and her connections to ours? Nah, let's skip those. I think that's stuff that you could already have. We went to painstaking lengths to ensure every detail of the mammoth is just right. Yeah, I wish I had talked to them beforehand, but whatever. Why, I wish I could be there to see Eric's expression when he receives it. Yeah, I think those are all the ones that existed before, and then now they have a different initial dialogue. And then, yeah, he just has a triple triad. Alright, let's go ahead and teleport over to Elpis. And, yeah, there we go, to Agnorsis. Or is that it? Angornosis. Sure. I forgot that I can't pronounce a single thing in the Ancients world. Because they use all these weird... naming stuff. I think it's like supposed to be like Greek or whatever. Well, you know, it's Greek to me. That's for sure. So it's, of course, it happens to be a really foggy day in Elpis. Definitely like in the top 3 most beautiful zones in the game. I still think Azim's Step wins that though. Also, I'm gonna need to get more Aetheryte tickets. Looks like I only got 10 left. Alright. There's the Neas. We haven't been here in quite a while, that's for sure. It's been like 2 years. Almost. Enter Pandemonium? Yes. And then we run through the gates. You know, the gates of Pandemonium. Is there anyone I can talk to while I'm here? Or are these keywords just gonna be annoying? I don't know, it looks like just Hegemony. Miss Scream herself. Are you returned to us so soon, Brilliant? Not as a miss, I hope. I was looking for Eric, actually. And this gift for Eric, you say? And this is a gift for Eric, you say? A man much in demand of late. People expect great things of him now, greater than he's prepared for, by his estimation. Thus is he at this very moment studying in the words of La Habrea. Under his father's tutelage, he hopes to gain further mastery over the creations here, that he might one day become a keyword himself. I thought he was a keyword. Although Master La Habrea's harsh methods have more than once driven him to the verge of surrender, his determination to prove himself always drags him back from the brink. That sounds like Eric, all right. He'll keep at it, I'm sure of it. But they have so little time. What do you mean? Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like Eric, all right. Indeed. And while I'm certain he would enjoy seeing you, I wonder if he would rather the reunion occur after he has come into his own. No, let's do it now. That said, I understand why you wish to be here when he sees your little Themis simulacrum. Would that I could witness his reaction myself. Keyword Hegemony. We've received word from Eric. He says he'll soon be returning. His message is well received. Yes, I see in this a tidy solution. When he arrives, can you tell him to attend me here? Say that there is something I wish to show him. I want you to choose a suitably dark place from which to eavesdrop on our conversation. When the moment is right, send the puppet this way. Okay. Thus shall we both be privy to his reaction, even as you remain undetected. While such subterfuge would usually fall outside my duties as keyword, rest assured, I'm happy to help. That'll be funny. Alright, let's like the Hegemony, and then we'll head to our suitably dark corner. He shouldn't notice you if you hide beyond the threshold yonder. Keep the tiny Themis close at hand. I trust you will choose the right moment to send it out. Yes, I will. Let's go hide behind the gate. Wait for Eric to arrive. There he is, and there's our Themis. Well, our wind-up Themis. I see that Master La Habrea has now not softened. You've done well to endure his methods. Sometimes I feel he's become even more difficult. Were I not recently made privy to his true nature, I would have abandoned hope within moments. Such is his way of nurturing your talents, I suppose. I know. He still aggravates me, but I have come to see that even our quarrels are means to know him better, as a father and one of the 14 both. Ah, yes. I called you here because I had something to show you. Send it out. Yeah, I like how it's running like that. Themis, why are you so small? Ah. Another puppet, I see. But who managed to render such a striking likeness? They asked me not to divulge their identity. I can only say that they have your best interests at heart. How curious. And to think such a gift would arrive so soon after I met with the man himself. I happened to run into him at the words of La Habrea. It was my first time speaking with him in his capacity as a Litobus, but he was friendly as ever. He told me of yet more... Belegged plants from the words of Hulmarut, which had escaped and taken root in a region designed for Logreif's creations, making proper assessment quite impossible. Are they just purposely trying to name drop as many of the ancients as possible, as many of the convocation members as possible? Themis was called upon to judge whether to switch testing grounds for convenience or uproot the unwelcome creations. So soon after returning from Pandemonium, he said he finds such minor squabbles a welcome change. Well, yeah, Pandemonium was like end of all existence and time. And of course, we spoke of Brillian. Naturally. Perhaps we can ask your admirer to make a likeness of her as well? Oh my. As much as I would like that, I don't believe it would suit her. Unlike Themis and I, Brilliant isn't bound to her own small domain. Well, that's for sure. I think she rather belonged to the entire star. To keep her, or even an imitation, confined here would feel wrong. Okay. Brilliant and Themis are both dear friends, and I need no tangible proof to be certain of our bond. Though I admit that it will be nice to have a reminder of her, at least one of them around. I got the little Themis there. I'm glad to hear it. Now, I believe you have duties to return to. If you wouldn't mind fetching those reports from Teia on the new creations sent from Elpis. Gladly, keyword Hegemony, and little Themis here will come with me. don't remember the wind-up minions being quite so animated. Or maybe I just don't notice them because they're so small. Well, that went well. I got a little turner out of there. That went well, Hegemony. Thanks for the help. That turned out well, wouldn't you say? Well, that's literally what I just said. Eric Thanos. Eric has a new companion, and you were able to witness his joy at meeting him. Each and every warder here owes you a great debt. I hope that charming charade helped repay mine in some way, small way. I must attend to my own work, but I wish you all the best. Whether or not we meet again, fare thee well, Berlian. Alright, let's teleport back to Aporia and wrap this up. That's a pretty nice little epilogue, plus again we get the Wind Up Themis minion, which is, you know, great. Let's head on inside and talk with Claudian. Alright, Claudian, we delivered the minion. There you are, Berlian. Judging by the grin on your face, I trust the mammoth is safely in Eric's hands. Yes, it is. I knew we could count on you. May that doll provide him some small reprieve. May that doll provide him some small reprieve from the stresses of his station. Well, if he's working with La Hebrea, then yeah, he's gonna have a lot of stress. Speaking of which, I know you had to pull yourself from your own adventures to take care of this little errand. So I don't intend to let you go unrewarded. Oh, you better not. That's why we commissioned 2 mammoths from the start. I dare say Themis will be delighted to travel a whole new era by your side. Yeah, we get the Themis minion. Both the Ethereal Sea and the heart of Sabik are yet brimming with secrets to be discovered. I can hardly remember the last time my days were so exciting. Please, if there's anything we can... Okay, I think that's just the general... Yeah, I think that's just the general, the general one that you get. Alright. That's gonna be all for today. We got through quite a bit. And I think, so on my list of stuff to do, I still have, the first leg of the Alliance raid, the Dawntrail Alliance raid. And, yeah, let me just look at the list. Yes, so we've got... let's see, today is the March 7th. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, okay, so the next, the 3 things that we still need to do for 7.1 content is the Hildebrand quest that was added, the Alliance raid, and the Master Role quests. Which are like, those are a little bit more involved, they got a little bit to do. So I guess we'll go ahead and figure that out later. Yeah, that's got 4 quests, that'll be a stream of its own. And the Hildebrand quest I think might be short enough to do... I think if I include like the Nitowikwe custom deliveries and the Pelupelu Alloyed Society quests, then it will be about a short stream, but still enough content. But I'll need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do next week. I kind of wanted to do the Alliance raid this week, but then I decided I kind of also wanted to do the other stuff first. So I did. So next week I'll figure out what thing exactly we're going to do next. And I guess I'll let you know at some point. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. Until next time, goodbye.